Brian can come on and he can tell you his super chat. Brian, how are you, my friend?
Read it out for us, Brian. You're on mute, Brian.
Brian, how many times?
I spread them on my wife's computer. I love. I have to say, I love being a new member of 23 months. As you just said, a few minutes ago. No, all I said, I've got to try and find it now. I can't remember what I typed, but what I did say.
I've got it in front of me. Do you want me to read it out?
There you go. There, you read it out, my brother.
Oh, well, this is a super chat from Brian Daigle, member for 23 months, people. And he says, North London is ours, on the pitch and now off it. We are Tottenham TV, second in the best fan channel, less than 500 behind first. Get voting. Love you. We are Tottenham TV. So Brian actually is the one that started this revolution to get We Are Tottenham TV into the top 3, spamming every single group and Twitter and everything that he could find.
As we speak.
Absolutely amazing work from Brian. But now we are currently sitting in second, like he said, not far behind Redmen TV in top. The link is there right now in the chat if you want to go and vote. But yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Brian, for all the hard work that you have done. But yeah, we are in second. Unbelievable, isn't it?
It is, mate. Listen, I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent when it comes to you guys. As you know, I always do, given the chance. Listen, you guys changed my life and a lot of people's, like David Harris, who started a show on the back of coming on here. Matty Hayes, there is so much you do behind the scenes as well as on the scene for us on here. Daily content, especially during COVID and everything. And you rightly deserve the rewards. And when we saw you, I was talking to you last week, Ben, before the last Friday, and I was like, right, I'm getting you to third. I don't care. And like you said, I blitzed everything. And then what a surge you've just had to get into second. What a surge you have had. And you, both of you guys, I say it to you all the time when I see you. You have changed my life in ways that people might go, oh, what are you talking about, Brian? You don't know what these guys do behind the scenes. You don't. When I came on spouting all my Levy venom and poison, the only channel that would let people come on, whether you're pro or against, was you guys. When you're at the ground, what you do for people, behind the scenes, what you do for all our channels, behind the scenes, what you've done for me. So I will always, always, always be tooting your horn and bigging up We Are Tottenham TV, because you have changed people's lives. You don't realise what you've done for people. But you have changed people's lives and made their life a better place. So you deserve everything coming your way.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. And everyone go and subscribe to Tottenham on Tour, people. Everyone go and subscribe to Tottenham on Tour.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. There you go.
Another brilliant Spurs fan channel. But look, enough of blowing smoke up each other's asses. Let's talk about some football.
Yep.
Let's talk about the game today. What did you make out of the game today, first and foremost?
So I looked at the first half. I think we really, really lacked creativity. It was there. Rangers were going full throttle.
We lacked it.
In the first half, we listen. When I say we lack creativity, let me say this right. We created our chances and we got forward. But what I'm alluding to is we just shows that I think we still need that player like that can sew the ball through an eye of a needle. Just that creative spark. And then obviously that's what I saw in the first half. Second half was completely different. Second half, everything started clicking, and we looked a lot more positive going forward. And when it comes to that man, Harry Kane, I've said this many times when I come to it, and the first goal is a prime example. People say when you take a penalty, if you hit the side netting, the goalkeeper don't save it. Mm. If you go and watch, and I've done this before, and I did it with Brian Ireland, I had a bet with him to see how many he would do. If you go and have a look at the goals he scores for Tottenham and England, and you see the amounts of goals that hit the side netting, this guy has got his angle. This guy is such a deadly, we all know that, but the amount of times he hits the side netting as opposed to the back of the net is frightening. And he is just, I mean, going into this season, I've said as well, he's got 5 things to spur, like to make him as hungry as ever. He's going to lead his team into a World Cup. He can become England's record goal scorer. He's going to become Tottenham's record goal scorer. Just being at that World Cup and ending the Spurs trophy drought. I mean, that guy, he just looks in this pre-season hungrier than ever. And all Premier League teams and European teams should be fearing the Harry Kane that we're seeing.
I completely agree. 5 goals, I think it's in pre-season already. He's looking dynamite so far, and
Yep.
she could be in for a very big season. In terms of the new signings, all 6 of them made an appearance on the pitch today. I think all of them in the second half. What did you make out of what you saw?
So let's break it down. Basuma looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Looked good in what he had to do. And you've got to remember, with this game, he's just come back from COVID as well, and then travelling, career back and everything. So he hasn't had the full training with the team that other players may have. So what I saw of him, really enjoyed it. Richarlison was a beast. All right, his passing, like you said before, Simeon and others and myself, his passing still looks a little bit wayward, but his work rate, his power, his tenacity is there for all to see. Perisic, when he came on, all right, it was only a little bit of time, but when I was doing the watch along with Jack, he put 2 crosses in, and both crosses reached the Tottenham player. I can't remember the last time we had a fullback that put 2 crosses in, and both found their man. So you can see that with him. Longley, yeah, he looked okay. One thing I did see from him is, and I see that he's just joined the back end in Mr. Sean Butler when he spoke about his passing from the back end. He looks like he has got a really nice cultured left foot that's going to bring the ball out of play. Spence looked good.
Nice little tackle in the box, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice little tackle. And Foster had a couple of good things to do, but Foster we're not really going to see a lot of. But from those, there's a lot to be excited about. But 2 players I do want to talk about, or 3 that I do want to talk about from that were already there. And Ben, I was speaking to you about this on the pump up. I said I was looking forward to seeing Romero playing this kind of game, and boy, did he turn up.
Absolutely.
He is just he is awesome. He is incredible.
He's dynamite.
He's like Guy Fawkes, mate. He would blow up Parliament. He's that good. Then you look at, I think Davinson Sanchez had a great game. Or not great, I don't want to go over the top, but I think Sanchez came in at left centre back and people again, oh God, what's he going to do? But I think he did well. And Kulusevski looked very, very sharp. Very, very sharp. I was very impressed with Kulu. What about you guys with the new signings? Who impressed you?
For me, I think the one that stood out the most was Perisic. I actually thought Bissouma could have been given a lot more, and I mean there was one challenge which he pulled out from, which I was quite upset about. But I think that because he's just come back from COVID and stuff like that, I'm expecting a much better showing next week against Roma, and I hope he starts because I'd like to see what he can bring. Longley, I thought played well for the most part. A nice block in there, a few nice balls up the top. Richarlison ran a lot, gave a lot of effort, but I know I want to see more from him in the final third as well. Spence didn't have a lot of time, but there was one really good tackle and just kept things ticking over. And Fraser Forster as well, not too much time, but made a couple of good saves. So I think ultimately, all in all, I'm very happy with the way things are going at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing as well is the one thing I have taken away from these games as well is the fact we haven't kept a clean sheet. We're all saying that we need another centre-back to come in and take over Dyer or competition for Dyer, and I think that's what I'm taking away from this. As much as I still think, like, the more, like when I came on and said we need creativity, well, it showed in the second half that the need isn't that urgent because it is there. But I think we have to get another centre-back in. I think we have to, because clean sheets, and yes, it's only a friendly, and yes, the real stuff starts in a couple of weeks. I just think it's just gone to show the fact that we can't keep a clean sheet. We need some more bodies in there, or a body, and it needs to be an elite body, in my opinion.
The game started today with a very similar lineup to what we finished the season with last season, or second half of last season. Is that what you're expecting come first game of the season against Southampton?
Do you know what? I would be a bit disappointed if I was, because with this money that we've had and we're spending, there's no doubt we're spending it. You'd think your team would be stronger. Yes, we are as a squad. As a squad, we're much stronger. But I think if we go into that first game of the season with the same team, that's quite telling. And to me, that's a little bit worrying.
What do you think it tells?
So again, the way I'm looking at it when we do this season is we spent the money, yes. We bought good players, yes. Have we bought elite? Like players that, not just for us, that are like, wow, these are great. Don't get me wrong, Bissouma is a great signing. I think Richarlison is going to turn out to be a fantastic signing. But I was hoping with this money and with the way we were going to spend, there would be a player that would send messages to us, like let's say a Hakimi or a Bastoni did come. That's a signing where not only are Spurs fans like, wow, game changer, this is big, but it also sends fear into the other Premier League teams. Thinking, okay, this is big. This is big. Tottenham not only are making moves, but they're making big moves. So, like I said, this isn't me having a shot at anyone or anything about the board. I just would have liked to have seen, or don't get me wrong, we can still see it. We can still see it. There's still a month to go. But I would have wanted a player to come in. 2 weeks from the start of the season, but you know what I mean? For the window.
Yeah.
For the window. There's still time for the window. That I'd want to see that one player that would, like, hair on the back of your neck standing and Premier League, rival fearing. And that's what I think I'm hoping for. That's why when I say...
We have Kane and Son, don't we, for that?
Oh, no, but obviously we have them too, Simeon. But obviously, if a Bastoni came in, or let's say a Hakimi came in right now, every single Spurs fan will be going, Jesus Christ, here we go. This is huge. This is undeniable. This is because you're buying. Like if we get a Hakimi, we'll say we're signing the best right back in the world. In my opinion, the best right back in the world, and that's like okay. There you go. There's a state. That's big. That's huge. That's massive. And other Premier League teams will be like, shit. And if you get a Bastoni, and I know Bastoni, it's a saga, and if he doesn't come, then he doesn't want to. But those are the kind of signings where I think the Premier League, like, wow, like Man City and Liverpool that are levels, but Chelsea's the filth and everything. Like, right, they mean business. They want a gun for Man City and Liverpool, as opposed to have a top 3 scrap or top 4 scrap with us. And I think that's what we're lacking. And I think that's why, with this original question, would I be disappointed with the starting 11 being the same as last season? That's the only reason I'd say yes.
Interesting. And finally, Brian, who was your man in the match today?
Like George said, Romero is just people will know my love for Jan Vertonghen. This guy is fastly, like literally, this guy, I can't believe how awesome this guy is. Like when we signed him, Bob and David were going on about how good he was, and I was like, okay, you two were going on about it, but just seeing what he was last season was immense, and he's just going to get better. He's a player that is just going to get better and better. And he's going to be like what Conte said when he first came, when Conte said in that press conference, I dominate. Well, that's what Romero does. And in this game, he most certainly dominated. He was outstanding.
Absolutely.
And mate, what I have to say, sorry, with him, how many times was he the most advanced forward player? It was like literally you're watching the game and it was like, wait a minute, what the hell is Romero? It's like, my good God, he's just absolutely incredible. Absolutely.
To be fair, we saw it from all 3 centre backs today. Dyer was up there having a shot. Sanchez was up there at times as well. So look, happy days.
Very happy days. At the end of the day, listen, so 3 pre-season games, 3 games undefeated. Roma to come, and then the curtain opens, and then the real serious business starts. I'm very, very happy with where we're going.
All right, big up. And if Brian Daigle's happy, is there anyone that is not happy at the moment? So, exactly. Brian, big up yourself, mate. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for all your hard work. We'll see you soon.
Love you all. Bye-bye.